Okay, this is a quick look at PSXdigital.com. To start with, a web design company should know you should only have one call to action in the header. These jokers have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13. And then if you come up here, 14, 15. I mean, this thing is just exactly what you should not do when building a website. And this is a design company. This is the best they can do. This has to be their best. And all these companies here, the people who set them up on their OEM programs, every one of the people who did it should be fired. Yamaha, Triumph, Polaris, all KTM, Kawasaki, Ski-Doo. The people that work Can-Am, the people that work for those companies and picked this company to be the company to help their dealerships make a living online, to make money online, to compete with their competition, the people who hired this company should be fired. Because this is, it's very simple. Let's understand, first off, do a quick search and say, how many call to action should you have per page? One per page, not 20 in the header. Then in addition to that, you say, what is the single most important thing when it comes to getting and converting traffic for a website? And what you will find is speed. There's nothing that matters more than the page speed. The first content pane has to be in under a second. If the first content pane is not in under a second, Google will limit how often, how deep, and if it takes like 5 seconds, they will also abandon the crawl altogether. If they can't look at your content, if they can't see the page, they have no idea what your website's about. They don't go into your website. They look at the first page and say, wow, this thing takes 5 seconds for the first content pane. We don't want to do anything to slow this thing down. Let's get out of here before we get in trouble. To be fully loaded, Google did some testing and found that if a website takes 3 seconds to load, it will lose more than half its traffic, 53% of its traffic, if it takes more than 3 seconds to load. This website takes 21 seconds to fully load. So it's losing traffic because when they discovered that if a website takes 3 seconds to load, it loses 53% of its traffic. They said, this is bad for us. We don't want to be showing people slow websites. So what they did was they put a ranking penalty. If a website takes 2.5 seconds or longer to load, there's a ranking penalty. So this is the best this is the best the company can do. This is their best. Their best is a bunch of penalties. It's just a bunch of penalties. Then if it's not ADA compliant, it can get the company fined. So if you're a dealership and you're using this company, they've got 6 errors. To be ADA compliant, you can't have errors. It's got to be W3C valid code. This isn't W3C valid code. It's got errors in here. It's got warnings. It's got problems. One error can prevent it from working correctly in a device. One error can prevent it from working correctly in a browser. One error can prevent the search engine from spidering it. If you hired somebody to write content for you and they wrote content and didn't spell check it or anything else, you'd probably figure you didn't hire a professional. So when you look, and this is their best, this this has to be their best right here. And it's probably WordPress. Did they use WordPress too? Let's see here. WordPress. Yeah. WordPress is made for amateurs. It's the most hacked platform in the world. It's outdated. It's not a good platform to use. It causes page load times that cost you visitors, search engine penalties, errors. This is everything you should not. This is all the stuff you should be looking for companies you don't do business with. Like this right here. If you link out to a social media profile, so say you link out to Facebook, then that means every time somebody goes to Facebook, when they click on this link right here, what they know is Facebook is going to take this and they're going to use that information to show ads. So they look and they say, okay, yeah, this is a web design company. So whoever's on this website is most likely looking for web design services. So they're going to immediately show ads for your competition. So, and you get nothing out of it. Somebody lands on your website and the first thing you say is, hey, I've got a Facebook page and a LinkedIn page, and you want to go to another website? I mean, why would you do that? You're bleeding link juice, a valuable piece of ranking stuff that you need. You're bleeding it off to social media sites who don't care anything about you, and they're going to show your competition's ads the second you land on the site. In addition to that, you take 5 seconds for the first content paint. There's your first penalty. The search engines can't even spider the site. And 21 seconds for to be fully loaded. I mean, the site is just everything you shouldn't do when building a website. This is what dealerships should look for. They should check the code on the web design companies' websites before they hire them to do a job. Because if they can't code their own websites correctly, you gotta know they're not going to code your website correctly.